record on this computer? Good. Okay. So now we're recording. Hello, recording. What is an integer? What do you guys think? Yes, very good. Very good. Integers include what we would call whole numbers. Yep, it's definitely a number, and that's, kind of the main definition there. Those are what we call the whole numbers. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all that stuff. What about 0? Is 0 an integer? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes, all right. Yes, 0 is an integer. It includes 0. Also, what type of numbers? What type are we missing there? Big 0. Yes, yeah. We definitely need negative numbers. Very good. So integers mean positive, negatives, and 0. Very good. That's kind of the whole spiel there. Absolute value. What is absolute value? Does anybody know what an absolute value is? What do you guys think? It might be seen with this little note here. So like that would be like, what is the absolute value of -2? Or 2? Or 0? That little thing means absolute value. That's what that means. So what do you guys think? Oh, is someone putting -10 and 10 in there? Yeah, you guys got it. It's positive. Very good. Okay. So it means when you have a negative number you put in there, comes out positive. What if you put a positive number in there? What's the absolute value of 2?
-2.
You think so? You totally would, because those are opposites, right? That's what a lot of people would say. But absolute value doesn't mean opposite. So the absolute value of 2 is still 2. Just 2. And the absolute value, thank you for saying that, because everybody does it. Everybody does it. And the absolute value of 0 is still 0. So the absolute value, what that means is how far a number is from 0 on the number line. That's what it is. Okay, so absolute value, if you see a number line, which looks like someone's drawing, which is awesome, the absolute value talks about how far something is from 0. And that's why we don't have negative absolute values, because you can't have a negative distance, right? Very good. Go ahead and throw negatives on that. Where do the negatives go on that number line our friend is drawing there? Yep. Yep, that's kind of the order there. We got people typing it in. Very good. No, you're right. Nice. Very good. Absolutely correct. Does anybody have any questions on the definitions there?
Nope.
Okay, if this is something you did not know, make sure you write it down. But if you knew this, don't need to write it down. Okay, I'm going to advance our slides here. Sorry to destroy the artwork. Okay, we're going to talk about the rules now, okay? So there's 2 ways that I want you to think of this, okay? When you're adding integers, we're just going to focus on that for now. you're going to look for when the signs are different. So we'll talk about when the signs are the same. So when the signs are the same, so that's the first one. So it's like the first one. They're both negative, both positive. And this is definitely what I would write down, because this is the rule, and a lot of people get these confused. So guys, if you have a notebook next to you, go ahead and jot this quick note down. And we're almost done with our slides, I promise. Yes, it is definitely finding the sum. You are totally right. So when the signs are the same, so they could be both positive or both negative. And I know we talked a little bit about this, but we're just kind of reviewing. So when the signs are the same, both positive or both negative, we're just going to find the sum. And a way to do it is you could find the absolute value of those integers and add them, or just add them together. That's it. Add them and use the same sign. Yeah, very good. That person's right on there. So what would -4 and -15 be? They're both negative. Yes, they're 19, but since they're both negative, what does my answer need to be? -19, right. And sometimes people will tell you to find the absolute, to add the absolute values, then use same sign. Sometimes people will say that, but if that confuses you, don't think of it that way. What I like to do is I like to think of it as owing. So if you have negative money, that's money that you owe someone. Okay, so I borrowed $4 from Ben to get an awesome shirt like he did, right? So I owe Ben $4, and then Ben was so nice, he loaned me $15 more. And then I owe 15 more dollars. I still owe $19. That's what that means. So if you are in debt that amount, that's how much you owe. Okay? So that's what you do. When the signs are the same, you just add them and use the same sign. When they're different, that's when it gets a little crazy. When the signs are different. For that, you could either find the absolute values and subtract them. And then for your answer, use the sign of the bigger number. That's one way you could do it. Yeah, adding or subtracting is the same. We're going to turn it into an addition problem. We'll talk about that. Find the sum, find the difference. You guys are so right. And whoever's writing that has really good handwriting on there. Very good. If you like thinking of it in the way of money, that would be like, I owe Callie $17 for a new Zelda game. Let's say it was a really good deal, right? No. And I have $9 to pay her back. I still owe her $8. That's what it is. Good. And let's refrain from jumping too far ahead. You're absolutely right, my friend who's answering those questions, but we don't want to jump too far ahead, because while you may be really good with integers, we might have some people who need to see these rules. So we don't want to do that there. So negative 17 plus 9, you could either find the absolute values of both of them and subtract, or you think of it as money. So what about this? What would negative 6 plus 8 be? Negative 6 plus 8. Find the absolute values of them, subtract them, and then use the sign of the bigger number. Good, it would be 2. Yeah, absolute value of negative 6 is 6. Absolute value of 8 is 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. And then the bigger number is a positive. Or I owe Aiden $6 and I have $8 to pay him back. That's great. That means I have $2 left over. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I would write those down. It really helps to have that. Even though you can use a calculator, because I'm not staring over your shoulder saying, Ben, put that calculator away. Then, you know, what I would do is I would use the rules and then maybe use the calculator to do the addition or subtraction if you need to. Okay? Good. Oh, okay. Now subtracting. Let's talk subtracting for a second. Subtracting, all we're going to do is we're going to turn it into addition. That's all we're going to do. And there's 2 ways to do that. When you see a negative and a negative together, negative plus a negative, what does that equal? Or a negative and a negative right next to each other like this. What does that equal?
Addition.
Positive or addition. Yeah, you're right. You guys are all right. Very good. 2 negatives right next to each other equals a positive. So our friend down here was saying this would be 13. That's because 10 minus a negative 3 is the same as 10 plus 3, which definitely equals 13. And you know how there's a parentheses around that negative 3? You just got to ignore that. You don't need that. That's just showing you it's a negative. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead and ignore those parentheses because it's just showing you that 3 is a negative. That's it. Another way to do it is if you have a subtraction sign. A subtraction sign can change into adding a negative. Okay, so down here, this negative 13 minus 5, I can change that into an addition problem. What do you guys think that would look like if I changed it into an addition problem?
It'd be a negative.
What would be a negative?
If you turn to addition.
Yeah, you got to turn into addition, and then the number would turn negative. You're absolutely right. Very good. So this would stay, the first one would stay the same, and we'll see if it's negative 9. I'm not sure. We got to see. See, that's why it helps to turn it into an addition problem, because it really helps you see that answer. So we're going to change that subtraction sign to a plus, and then that 5 right next to it turns negative. So negative 13 minus 5 is the same as negative 13 plus negative 5.
So that would be negative 18.
Very good, negative 18. And did someone put KFC for keep, flip, change? Is that something you guys, Callie, that was you?
Yeah.
That's right, very good. That's a really good way to think of it. KFC, keep, flip, change. Keep the first one the same, flip that subtraction to addition, and then change that 5 into a negative. Very good. And then Aiden, you were right. That's negative 18. Good. So what would this one change into? Let's see.
Wait, wouldn't a positive, negative plus a negative be a positive?
Great question. Great check. What is he thinking of? A positive or a negative and a negative? Making a positive. What is he thinking? Starts with an M. Rhymes with multiplication. He's thinking of multiplication. Yeah. When we do our multiplication rules, right, Ayub? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you're thinking multiplication, that's where you have a negative times another negative. That'll give you a positive. That's where everybody gets confused. That's why it's really helpful to have these rules down there. Good. Great question, you guys. Keep it coming. So what if I have Jonathan dies in it? What? Yeah, although it wouldn't be 18 because 13 times 5 is a different number. I don't know what it is. I would have to bust out my calculator for that one because me and multiplication in my brain does not work. Oh, excuse me. At least with higher numbers. Okay, so what if we did 4 minus 8? How could I rewrite that one as an addition problem? What would that look like if we KFC it?
-4 plus -8.
Great suggestion. One thing I would fix. He forgot the K part. What did he forget to do? Keep it the same, right? Very good. Callie, that was a great thing to write on there. Very good. Yeah, you had it so right. It would be 4. The 4 would stay positive because we got to keep that one the same. The sign will change to addition, and then 8 goes negative. Very good, you guys. Very good. So we keep it the same, change it to addition, and then slide that negative to the 8. Very good. I love that, Callie. Think of KFC. Keep, flip, change. Excellent. Okay, so then what would that be? If I have $4, but I owe Cassandra $8, do I still owe her money? Yeah, we would owe $4. So your answer would be a -4 because it's still money that you owe. Or if you think of it with the rules, you take the absolute value of each of them, so 4 and 8, and then subtract. And then your answer would be negative because that 8 is a negative. Very good. Nice job, guys. Let's try one more time. I'm annoying with it, I know. -9 minus 4. What would that change to for an addition problem?
-9 plus -4.
Nice. He's got it. Totally. Very, very good. Yep, Callie, you got it too. Nice job. -9 plus -4. Very good. And they're both negative, so your answer is going to be negative, and you just add them together. I like how someone's putting it on there with the parentheses. That's really good. It's good that you guys get used to seeing that. And it would be -13. Good job. Integer all stars appear. Woo. And if you're looking at this and you're like, what? Integers. Oh my gosh. Just write down these rules. And then later, maybe come back, kind of look at them. Have those rules right in front of you while you're doing your homework. That's what I would do. It's okay to look at it and be like, what the heck? This is Greek? No. It's not Greek, I promise.
It's KFC.
It's KFC. Finger licking good, right? No. Yeah, it's making you hungry. Okay. Can I flip the slide? Is everybody with me? Anybody still writing stuff down? I know we got a lot of stuff on here. You're writing stuff down still? Okay, go right ahead. No problemo. Get it all written down. It's fun to write on the screen, isn't it? Yay! I like that. Good stuff. Funny, funny. Funny, funny. You are amazing. Amazing. Okay, can I flip the slide, guys? Okay, cool. And you know what's cool about writing on the screen? Like, I don't know who does that. So if you like remaining anonymous, that is your way to do it. So very good. Except I know Aiden just put his arrow up there. I don't know who you are. You're a mystery person. What? Okay, so now we're going to talk multiplying and dividing rules. And what's cool is the rules for these are exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to put them up there. If you have two negatives in the problem, your answer will be positive. Very good. If you have one negative in the problem, your answer will be negative. That's it. That's what it is. Two negatives in the problem, your answer will be positive. One negative in the problem, your answer will be negative. And since we're in algebra, we got to get used to seeing parentheses telling us to multiply. And then that fraction bar means divide. So 15 divided by 3. So if you see a fraction, that means top divided by bottom. Okay? Parentheses mean multiply. So what do you guys think? I'm going to negative 12 times negative 3. There's two negatives in the problem, so my answer is going to be what?
Positive.
Positive. And what is 12 times 3? What you guys think? 36. Yeah, very good. So this is 36. Nice. What about the next one? Negative 39 times 0. Technically, there's only one negative in the problem. So technically, if there was no 0, our answer would be what?
0.
Yes, in this case, our answer is going to be 0. But if I was taking that negative 39 times any other number, my answer would be negative, right? Because there's one negative in the problem. But 0 is like the black hole of math. Anything times 0 is just going to be 0. So, what if you had negative 9 times 8? What would that be?
Negative 72.
Yeah, very good. There's one negative in the problem, and then you just multiply it, and your answer is negative 72. Very good. Nice job. All right, now let's talk dividing. 15 divided by 3. What is that? Two positives.
5.
5. That's 5. Very good. Ooh, lots of 5s. Not 5 to the 5th, even though that's what it looks like I wrote. That's okay. All right, next one. 49 divided on. I'm so glad someone put 0 up there and then negative 1. I'm so glad, because that really confuses people. It really does. But if there's no 0 in the problem, and if it's the same divided by the same, your answer is going to be 1. Yeah, you guys got it. Very good. And it would be a -1 because, oh, that's okay. Everybody does that. Everybody does. Absolutely everybody does. -72. See, it always made me feel better if I like failed a test in school, just to know that a lot of people struggled with it, or I wasn't the only one. And you're not the only one. It's all good. Not meaning you fail. Didn't mean that. There's no failures today. Everybody gets an A. No.
Yay!
Yay, it's a good day. Okay, so the same divided by the same gives you -1. Very good. And there's 1 negative in that problem, so your answer is a negative. Good. Any questions on that? Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Is anybody still writing rules down?
Nope.
You're not bad at math. You're not. Not at all. Nobody's bad at math in here. Nobody. Because you're in the position to learn and figure it out. I ask questions about everything. That is the best way you can learn stuff. Ask questions. Don't settle until you get the right answer. When I was trying to figure out insurance, oh my gosh, I made that lady on the phone so mad at me. I still got to call her back. So she's like, oh no, it's that lady going to call me. Because I just don't get it. I don't get insurance. All right. I'm going to flip the slides. Is that okay? Gonna flip it. Gonna flip it. We got our last slides coming up. I know you guys are sad. It's okay. Wrong. Uh-oh. Somebody's still writing? Okay. I feel like I'm talking to Ghostwriter. It's really cool. Have you guys ever seen that show? It's a really old show. There's like a ghost in the computer that he would communicate with. It's so cool. Okay, we're adding now. Adding 2 negatives, so we're adding. So that means if you add 2 numbers that are negative, it makes you go more negative. So what do you guys think about the first question there? -2 plus -7. You can write it right on the screen. If someone else answered, don't think that you don't have to answer because, you know, they could have the incorrect answer. So that's like saying I owe $2 and then I owe $7 more. Yeah, it looks like the general consensus is you're going to owe $9. Good. If you like the whole absolute value thing, take the absolute value of both of them and then add them because the signs are the same. Very good. Oh, I love that. The ball is the ball a green ball? That's so cool. That's super cool. All right, what about the next one there? There we're multiplying. You have 1 negative in the problem, so your answer is going to be what? Negative. Yup, you're right. So it would be a -44. And we're not doing fractions, so you guys don't have to do the last one. Don't worry about it. We don't want to focus on fractions today. Yeah. We'll do that next time. Ben, that looks so cool. All right. Well, guys, that is all I have for you today. We just did a whole bunch of integer practice. Next week, we'll play around, I think, with fractions. I think. I'm not sure. But you are free to go. Thank you for your attentiveness. I really appreciate it, you guys. We're done a little early. That's good.